Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the weekly trade report video for the week of June 4th, 2017. So we had a shortened week last week. Monday was a holiday. So let's see what happened with the indexes. We can look at the Dow Jones ETF, and we can see that the Dow is now at an all-time high. So we broke out through this range from this recent high. So back here was the high that was when Trump spoke to Congress. And then we had a pullback and consolidation, and now it looks like we're resuming the uptrend. So the market's very bullish, making new highs across the Dow and the SPY, and several other sectors are making moves. So let's take a look at the SPY. So the SPY once again broke out of this range and just still heading up. So the market still looks strong. Some names maybe getting a little bit extended, but overall, the market still remains really strong. IWM, so we got the small caps. Take a look at a longer term chart there. This one hasn't broken out yet, but it's right up there near that 141, 142. It looks like 141 is the spot. Tested it here, pulled back, tested it again, and then Friday tested it and then pulled back. So the IWM looks like it's ready to break out as well, as just like the SPY and the the Dow. So market's strong, lots of breakouts last week, lots of good moves. So hopefully you guys caught some of the moves from the watch list. Let's go over some of the couple index charts. So the IBB, this was kind of a tricky one. If you take a look at this, it kind of looked like it was going to break down below this key support, which it did for a day. Right here, see that key support right at 286, so that's a key support, and then it closed below that, and then the next day, basically fell within that range, and then it rallied right back up. So this was kind of a false breakout, if you will, to the downside, and then the IBB just rallied back up. So the IBB still looks pretty good. So then next stop, see if we can go up here and test these recent highs right up here around 300. So that's the next resistance spot. So yeah, nice little fake out there. It did look like it was going to break down, but then it held back. So IBB looking good. Energy sector still new lows. So this just goes to show you how long a trend can last. I mean, just take a look at this, just still making new lows. So nothing there indicating a bottom for the energy sector at this point. Still just continues making new lows. Lower highs, lower lows, very bearish. So until we see a transition to some sideways and turning up, then those energy sector should be avoided, in my opinion. Next up, I want to take a look at the home builder ETF. So let's take a look at this. This is a very nice looking chart. We've got this 50-day moving average. We've got the XHB, like I said, the home builders ETF. You get this recent high around 38.40, and it closed right there, 38.26. And so this one looks like it's ready to break out. I really like some of the names in the home builder sector. And let's take a look at, just really quick, probably my favorite for Monday is Lennar Homes. This is a nice, almost like an inverted head and shoulders. And it's got a spot right around 53, and the next spot right around 53.40. But based on opening and closing prices, 53 is a key spot. And so this one, if it can get through 53, I really like it. Very nice looking chart, Lennar Homes. And I think there was one of the members said there was some big call sweep activity in this name. So I don't really trade options that much, but it's a good thing to see. Another name in the sector that I'd like is this DHI, so DR Horton, another one coming up on a breakout at 34.50-ish. That one looks good. And then another one that looks good also in the building sector is this LGIH. So take a look at the chart on that one. See this key spot? It kind of broke out on Friday through this 34, closed at 34.41. So really, it closed up here, the highest point of this range on good volume. So I'd like to see that. I think this one's probably going to follow through as well. So anyway, just want to get that across. The home builder sector, I like it. And some of the other ones in the sector would be like BLD. This is not a home builder, but it's building materials. It's breaking out into new highs, and so that one looks good. Another one I believe is I forget the other one right now, but there's some other names in the basic building material sector, home builders. So that one sector to keep an eye on coming into next week for sure. Okay, let's go over my trades from last week. So last week was a pretty good week for me. Still sticking with the whole swing trading and not really day trading much, and it's really helping my account. I'm now up 120% this year, where before that I was getting chopped up with trying to day trade. So it's just my personality and just my trading method is really good for swing trading. It's just what I do good. I'm good at, and by all means, day trade these charts if you want. They will work. There's definitely no reason you can't do that, but it just I notice it affects me from an emotional and a discipline standpoint when I try to day trade too much. So anyway, first up, CBay. So this was a nice trade. Had a breakout through, let's see, this 440 spot, which is where I got in. Okay, and on this breakout day right here, right? So then the next day was interesting. So we had this big flush and it pulled all the way back. So I was still in it on that pullback day right here. And so my thought was, okay, so this is a breakout, and I wanted to see where the stock closed at. As long as it could close above 440, then I'm going to go ahead and hold my position. And that's exactly what happened. It had a big sell-off. I think it was like a morning sell-off, and then it just recovered and closed back above 440. So I maintained my position in that one. The next day, had a big run all the way up to almost $5. Okay, actually did. I think it hit 5 intraday. Well, I closed my position out at 490. So that was 440 to 490, nice swing trade. But this one actually looks like it could go higher. If we look at the chart pattern, the base here, let's say 330 to, say 440-ish, so roughly $1. And so that one would give you a target somewhere around 540. But this one does look like it's going higher. It closed right at 490. So a nice steady higher chart. Be one to continue watching CBay. Form, this was a break-even trade for me. Kind of broke through this 1440 spot and had a one-day push, and then I closed it out for break-even. It's still kind of maintaining above that 440 spot, so this one could go higher. It's just not really moving, and there's other names moving, so I decided to cut it. But form still looks pretty decent, just it's not really getting anywhere. So I'll keep it on the radar. Okay, ORBC, another trade. I alerted on Twitter when I got into it. So this is a nice spot at 10. So you can see this candle wick high, and so you can see the range getting tighter as the 50-day moving average catches up. And then so this one on the 10 break, I bought some, and I held. I sold some of this on Friday at 1040. Still got half my position in this ORBC. And so I'm looking at this chart here. So we got a 930 base. So I'm looking at this area right here for like the base, and then we got a 10. So roughly 70 cents target on this one. So I think this one could do 1070, somewhere in there. I'll give it some time, see if it can have another push higher. Mass was another one that was break even for me. So I still like this chart. Like again, this is a this is also a building material stock. So if we look at this, this is basically a bull flag, right? See this breakout tight range, and a spot at 37.50. It broke that, and it closed. It had a nice run on Friday, and then it pulled back during the day. You also seen that pullback on CMTL, which is kind of frustrating. I'm still holding that CMTL. Should have probably sold some of that into that big run on Friday, but it's still above 15, so we'll see what happens. So I still like this mass if the building material and the home builders continue higher. So next up, CMTL. So this had a nice push on this day, and I got in at 475-ish, and had a nice break on Friday. Ran all the way up to 1560, and then it gave it all back, which was kind of frustrating because I had a nice profit, and I still got some profit, but it looks like it gave it all back on Friday. So we'll keep an eye on this one. We'll see if it can. I think it has earnings on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't really want to hold through that. So we'll see if it can maintain this 15 spot and see what happens on Monday and Tuesday, if it can make a run or a push. But I mean, the chart still looks good to me. This chart still looks good. So this one may be one I have to cut. We'll see how it acts next week. Okay, PDLI is a new entry for me on Friday. Got in 243, and I added some at that area. And it had some good volume. This is a bio. See the volume, the past 3 days, big volume coming in. It broke through this 240 and it closed at 245. And intraday it ran all the way to 250, 251. The longer term, you can see that 240 was a key resistance. So I'm just going to give this one some time, see if it can make a push higher. Maybe you can get to 260 somewhere up in there. But it's still a good looking chart, so I'm going to be patient with this PDLI. Alright, that's all my trades from last week. Let's take a look at the names from the watch list, what they did. NIOT was on watch for a breakthrough this recent high, and we can see there, got rejected, right, and fell off. So that would be one if you, let me just remove this trend line. So yeah, if you traded this one, make sure you always have a stop in place in order to get out, or at least watch it, so that way you can, sell it real time as it's dropping. But anyway, this one's a failed break, so nothing there anymore. EXAC still looks like it wants to go. Nice run up, bull flag pattern through 31, closed right at 31. Kind of a similar thing as CMTL. We had a big break and then it kind of fell back down, but still looks good. Just may need another couple tries to push through that resistance. Brew, nice little flag break through this 17 area. I'd use a target on this one, so this would be roughly 15.75 to 17, so $1.25. So maybe 18.25 would be a good target for this one. TGTX, very nice break Friday. I didn't pull the trigger on this one, but it had the volume, had everything going for it, had the pattern. First key spot was right at 12, next spot up here at 1280, and it just blew right through both of those. And next is resistance up here, 1450 area, and then on to new highs. But this is a very strong candle here, and it does look like it's higher, so definitely one to keep on watch, TGTX. AGRX, another one I really like. Key spot at 360, closed above that. Take a look at the volume on Friday, good volume. It's got some candle wick highs up here, but based on opening and closing, 360 was a key spot. And so we'll see if this one can keep going. May enter a position in this one next week if it can keep making a move. But good, yeah, real good volume on Friday on this AGRX. Five-in, nice break. Here was the pattern. Breakout through 22. This resistance right around here, 22.26-ish. Yeah, so nice run up, created a flag, and then on this break you could have got in. This one looks a little bit extended now, but nice 4-day run. FIVN. CTRL, another one that kind of looks a lot like ORBC, but there was a pattern there. Right there, see that 1855, 1860, big break on volume would have been one to get in, and like again, you can see this one just continues higher. So the volume is coming in, and it's strong, continues higher. So the CTR still looks like it's going higher. Okay, MNKD, this pattern looks intriguing. It kind of pulled back one day, but we'll keep an eye on the watch, maybe through 180. This can it looks like it's a longer term reversal, but not the best looking chart, so this is just kind of a so-so looking setup, so I won't be watching this one too closely. Okay, CBLI, still really like this one. Kind of, there's what I'm seeing. You got some resistance up here, 437, 436-ish. and then it's kind of following this trend line. I'd be using this as my kind of risk level if you're going to trade it. But so far it's still holding this trend line, and then so here, as long as it can hold that trend line, you know, you're looking for you know, kind of testing this spot up here maybe a couple more times and then break out. But this one's a good looking chart, CBLI. Longer term it looks great. Okay, TVTY, here was the pattern right in here. So on this day, put on the watch list, and just a very nice 2-day break. If you're trading it, you use this 32. So let's say 32 here. And let's call the breakout 34. So it gives you a $2 target. So you know, hit your target there at 36. So you'd be out of that one, or at least out of partial your position, half, something like that by now. NEOS, this one, this chart pattern here. Flag, nice 2-day run. So this one just steady higher, NEOS. ACHN, man, what a big break that one had on Friday. Huge volume. Another one that I didn't catch. So you won't catch everything. And that's okay, guys. I mean, you don't have to trade everything. I mean, really, if you only catch one big mover, a couple big movers a week, it can make your week. But anyway, here was kind of the pattern, almost like inverted head and shoulders. But this one on this day just blew right through that 450 area and just big volume breakout. So should have caught that one, or I wish I would have caught that one, but for whatever reason I didn't catch that one. LPTH, another one that kind of failed the breakout, but still looks good. So there's kind of a recent high. Right there, got rejected, but definitely want to continue watching through 325 area. Could set back up in next week. ORMP, another one that I've traded on and off over time. It's kind of a thin name, doesn't trade very many volume, but the pattern still looks like it's setting up. So here's kind of this ascending trend line, kind of putting in, you know, higher lows and then kind of converging on here up around 850-ish area, you know, kind of false breakout there, pulled back, put in a higher low. So definitely one to watch. This one can perk back up with some volume. I'll be looking to enter that one. But I'm not sure how long it's going to take to consolidate and create this basing pattern, but I still like the way that one's setting up. ARNC, this is a aluminum play, so through 28, just above 28 right there, 28.30ish, somewhere in there, key spot. Looks good. ARNC, really like that one. Not a fast mover, but nice chart. Zixi, nice breakout through 6 on good volume. So we had 6 here, 6, pull back, and then on this break here, another one that I missed, but I was watching it and it had a nice break. So once again, you know, if you got positions already in there and you're happy with them, you don't have to trade everything, but that was definitely a nice trade if you made it. Okay, SGMS, another one that's really getting to a tight range, coiling up tight, and 24 looks like a spot, which is a high on Friday. So I tested it here, pulled back. Once again, you see kind of holding above the rising 50-day. Every dip is shallower and shallower, so it gets really tighter and tighter. And so this one you're looking for a break of 24, some volume. Yeah, once again, here's the home builder, Lennar. Watch that 53 spot, looks fantastic. Okay, ABXL, another one that I've been following for quite some time. Still just can't seem to break and hold above the 6. There's a couple key spots. It's kind of had some false breakouts, so this is a tricky one. But you can see, look how long this base has been going on for quite some time, several months. And we'll see if this one can break. Decent volume on Friday, relatively speaking. But this one, just be watching this one for some volume. Maybe you can get a push towards 640-ish or even 620 would or Friday's high would spark my interest. So not sure. So it's not a really clean breakout because of some of these candle wicks, but the chart pattern does look like it's been consolidating long enough to where it's ready to make a move. One way or the other, it looks like it wants to go up. So I like that one. Okay, TrueCar, TRUE, another nice bull flag. Spot at 18. So watch that 18 spot. Been flagging here for several days. May need some more consolidation, but if they can push through 18, it would be worth the trade. TRUE. Juno, another one that's kind of a tricky trader, but back up here at 2650 area. Back up near the highs, so one to watch for some continued momentum. Some good volume last couple days. Biotech sector's perking up, so this one may be through Friday's high, and then 2650-ish would be one to watch. ON, this is a semiconductor. Nice spot it. Looks like 16 area is the key level. So tested it here, pulled back, tested it, ramped up near 16 on this day, pulled back, and then tested it on Friday. ON, that one looks good too. So, all right, you guys, that's all the charts I got for today, and market does look strong. We'll see what can happen next week. So there should be lots of breakouts and lots of setups for next week. And so I think we got Comey testifying to the Congress next week. That would be interesting. Other than that, the market does look strong. We're hitting new highs and still plenty of good setups. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.